So here we are, the last part of our journey. We've looked closely at many of the pieces of worship. The purpose of worship is to be able to love and serve God. The basis of our worship is the story of God, as it centers on the life of Christ. We thought about the things we do to accomplish worship, all the elements of a worship service. We've even taken a tour of the sanctuary and looked at where all this takes place. And last, we checked out the times we worship and why they are significant. Now let's tie it all together and ask ourselves, what does it mean to live the life of a worshiper? The fact is, you and I live that life whether we realize it or not, because all of us worship something. And in a way, that's a blessing and a problem. God made us to be worshipers. The question is the object of our worship the one true living God, or is it something or someone else? The problem is one the Bible calls idolatry. I imagine not many of us have pagan shrines or idols in our homes, but we bow down to, but we can substitute personal security, addicting habits, our family, our jobs, in place of God. So how can we develop a kind of life that honors God and maintains His rightful place in the center of our lives? Rory Noland, who for many years was worship leader at Willow Creek Community Church near Chicago, laid out some significant thoughts in his book, Worship on Earth as It Is in Heaven. He identifies 4 practices that keep us going in the right direction. The first is to make worship a priority. Psalm 27:4 says, "One thing I ask of the Lord, this is what I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to seek Him in His temple." Remember when Jesus was asked what the greatest commandment is? He said it's to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. When we place worshiping God at the top of our priorities, it shapes our day, our week, how we speak to others, how we treat our family and friends. In a real sense, we become like what we worship. Want to be more like Jesus? Then make worshiping Him a priority. Second thing Rory says is to establish a regular routine. Most of us try to take care of our physical bodies by healthy eating, exercising, and getting enough rest. We should do the same with our spiritual selves. We need time to read Scripture, pray, reflect on what the Spirit of God in us is saying. We can listen to Christian music or develop little daily disciplines that become habits that in turn become a lifestyle. Even Jesus, the Son of God Himself, set aside time to be with His Father. It was ingrained into His lifestyle. Shouldn't it be ours as well? The third one may be a little harder for us to deal with, and that is to smash our idols. I just mentioned the problem of idolatry a little bit ago. Pastor Timothy Keller says, "An idol is anything more important to you than God, anything that absorbs your heart and imagination more than God, anything you seek to give you what only God can give." God made it clear from the beginning when, in the 10 Commandments given to Moses, He said, "You shall have no other gods before me." There's only one God, and there's only one real place for God. So be sure to eliminate the competition when you feel something trying to steal your heart. Smash it as fast as you can. The last practice we need to develop is one that we all will eventually face: worship amidst adversity. Sooner or later, the walls are going to cave in on us. Loss of health or a job, the death of a parent, the betrayal of a close friend. Any one of these can restrict or damage our ability to reach God. And that is why we must develop ears to hear God in the good times. Because when the difficult days come, we already know His voice. Christians through the ages have discovered that praising through the pain is the only path to healing and deliverance. God rushes out to those whose cries He hears, who call out to Him, so don't think He's indifferent to your needs. By worshiping God in the hard times, it's as if God lifts us off the ground to give us a bigger picture of what is happening. Part of the liturgy of the church, across the years has been when the leader says, "Lift your hearts to the Lord." And everyone replies, "We lift them up." We get a perspective from worship nothing else can provide. When we see things as God sees them, even the most difficult circumstances take on a new meaning. I hope you found these sessions helpful. I hope you'll recommend them to others. Learning about worship is a lifetime adventure, one I hope you'll always pursue. God bless you, and may His strength and peace be with you all the days of your life.